change. You know the angels in heaven done sign my name. Come on to heaven tonight, church. You know that I know. Why you don't believe you know the angels in heaven done sign. Why follow me down to that old John Street? Lord, why step in the water and the water? Whew. Once again, I'm an addict named Bob. I'm truly grateful for the process of recovery. Again, I always try to let God in so Bob don't come out. I have everybody jumping over walls if Bob come out. I'll tell you a story about something that it has absolutely nothing with what I'm talking about. But anyway, on a stronger note, man, good evening, family. I'm an addict named Bob again, and I'm back to try to share my experience, strip, and hope so that one person might get the message and he might want to change her, him, whoever might want to change the direction or the course of their life. I want to share something, and first I want to share a little joke. I always like to start off easing up everything up, and it was this little boy, and he used to go to school every day, and he used to lie, and his name was Bob. So the teacher noticed when he was in class one day that Bob was telling a lie. He was lying and lying. So she went to Bob and said, "Let me talk to you on the side, please, Bobby." She said, "Bobby, I've been listening to you, and you've been telling a whole lot of lies in here, and they're going to catch up to you. So I advise you to stop lying, but if you lie again, I'm going to have to take you to the principal office." And I lied again. So you know what happened next? The principal took me to the principal office. She said, "Sit here, Bobby." I sat there looking stupid like I always am when I'm doing something dumb. And she went in the office with the principal. And she said, "Principal, I got a student named Bobby. And every day he got a crowd around him and he's telling a bunch of lies. And I just don't know what to do with him no more. I don't want to suspend him because he ain't getting to work as it is." And he said, "Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to tell Bobby a bigger lie, and maybe Bobby might want to change the course of his action and as far as lying all the time." She said, "Okay, I'm with that. What are we going to do? Let's go. Let's get him." She said, "Go get him and bring him in here." He went and brought him in here. The principal said, "Bobby, I had a barbecue with my family this weekend. We was in my backyard. And this great big old bear jumped over the gate. And this little bitty dog jumped up and killed the bear." Bobby said, "I know, it was my dog." Still lying. Can't stop, you know? But anyway, man, I'm truly blessed to be here, man, sharing my experience, strength, and hope. And it's always a pleasure, man, because I'm of service from the God of my understanding to do this service, free, So if anybody need me to, to be of service in their church, their the rehabs, you know, and anything I could do to help the youth or the adult. Because a lot of times we be sharing about, we taking care of the adults. What about the parents? How about getting to them before they had the children so they can bring that child into the world with some principles and some standards that they live by so they can instill them in their children. I believe in reaching back into the community hands on, and that's what I'm trying to do. That's why I continue to go to the rehab that I was at and the church that fed me when I was out there in the wilderness, suffering and giving the drug man all my money because I wanted to high. I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to get high. That's all I wanted to do with my life. I ain't see nothing else. I ain't see nothing else past getting the next one. But anyway, that church was available to me on Wednesdays and Fridays on 109 and 108. Let me not lie. And they fed me. I was able to go there and get two. I told them I need 2 adult meals, and they gave me 2. And on many occasions, they was open, and getting high was more important than I didn't show up. But the moral to the story truly is that they was always open on Wednesday and Friday. Had I decided that eating was more important than getting high, and for that I'm truly grateful to that church. I went there and told them, I'm of service. You need me to come? Yeah, I went to the rehab as well. You know, the like I said, the cornerstone on Union Turnpike, it saved my life, man. And I've been there over 100 times. Every time I went, I was a disaster. But they sharpen me right up. They give you free pants to put on. They give you socks. You need underwear. They give you the hockey joints and to put on the underwear, and they tighten them up. But man, listen. One day, only thing one time, last time I was going to go there, I was going to go there without my shoes. But my Wanda showed up and fixed me right up. Went right to Dollar Tree and got me some clothes. Because she was so tired of spending all her money on me. And I'm just going out there, getting fentanyl up and come out of them in 2 seconds. Again, man, a special shout out to the guys down on South Side, man, because, man, on occasions I would come around. You know who you are. I don't know if you want your name up in the air or not, but you know who you are. 2 guys individually, one passed away, opened their arms to me, and they was, definitely about that life and living that life and doing what they had to do pertaining to that life. And so be it, that's your life. I understand. I've been there, man. I had to feed my family because I ain't know no other way, but my hat go off, and salute them for taking care of addict like me. I came a mess every time. Sometimes they didn't even want me to come, but they gave it to me to get away from them. So I didn't have to suffer, because I was sick. And I'm grateful. I'm truly grateful. And again, they didn't have to do that. They did not have to do that. One of the guys that truly opened his arms at all times, never turned his face up. He got mad quite a few times. But he told me a story about, God bless his dad, my brother Dre. He said, my brother was going to turn himself in because he was getting sentenced that day. And he was coming through the projects riding with whoever he was riding with. And he saw this individual. And the individual, my brother knew him. They knew each other in passing, not in relationship. As far as relationship, they knew each other in passing. And Dre pulled him to the side and said, "Here, take this." He gave him 125 grand, didn't know him from a hole in the wall. But said, hey, get on your feet, man. I see you when I see you. Because he had to go to jail, and the person he was with, he didn't want them driving. You know, and that guy extended his hand and took care of me, man. And the story continues, man. It goes on, man. I'm talking about people, man, that, you know, their life consists of, taking care of their family, and they was taking care of me in spite of my sickness, and I commend you for that, man. And I'm of service to you, and, hopefully I can get somewhere where I can pull you out that hole and help you too, and I'm grateful, man. But I want to share something with y'all, man. I want to share something with y'all. I truly want to share something. Turn this light on. People got it so twisted, man. They hear me listening to rap, and man, listen, man. I'm saved, and I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. I believe him wholeheartedly, and I ain't trying to tell nobody to believe what I believe, but I believe, right? And just because I'm listening to rap, or I might curse here and now and then, I'm trying. All those things I'm weak with, but I'm trying. But one thing I ain't doing, I ain't using no drugs. So me trying to stop cursing or listening to rap, my swag came with me. It don't go nowhere. God say, come as you are. I ain't gonna never lose that, because I am who I am. I'm my father's son, And I just want to read something to you guys, man. And very, 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 powerful man wrote this on March 31st. And no way am I, don't want to mention his name, because in no way am I anywhere close to who he is or what he is, or can I walk in any part of his shoes. But the message he had that day is pretty much how I'm trying to live my life today. It said, yes, if you want to say that I was a drum major, say that I was a drum major for justice. I was a drum major for peace. I was a drum major for righteousness. And all of the gallows things will not matter. I won't have any money to leave behind. I won't have the fine luxury things to leave behind, but I just want to leave a committed life behind. That's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say. If I could help somebody as I pass along, if I could cheer somebody with a word or a song, if I could show somebody he's traveling wrong, then my living should not be in vain. If I do my duty as a Christian, if I bring salvation to a world, if I could spread the message and spread the message as the Master taught, yes, my living shall not be in vain. And that's a powerful message, man, because I'm of service, man, because I've committed so many acts of destruction that I can't even count. So I don't even know when I can stop giving back, because my life is a mess, was a mess, I remember, man, I was at the height of my so-called career or profession at that time before I became saved. Because God was always with me, but I wasn't committed to God. He was committed to me, and because I was his child, but I was selling drugs and I was getting so much money at the time. And I'll never forget, this young boy came up to me and he said, you my hero. I said, I'm your hero. How the hell am I your hero? And your father is a correction officer. And he puts clothes on your back and put a roof over your head. Something wrong with that picture. And, I walked away and I didn't remember it until I started serving God. And I realized, that young man, thought that a working man was a sucker, and he's not a sucker. Not at all. By a long shot. He's just working to provide for his family. We create our own circumstances. A bag of dope ain't never jumped in my nose. I volunteered for that motherfucker. My money ain't never jumped into the drug dealer's pocket. I gave it to him. I was the architect of my own pain. But the worst thing in the world to do is walk around undiagnosed. I'm truly grateful that I know who I am and what I am and what I'm not. And for that, I'm truly grateful because I can keep giving back what was so freely given to me. I want to share something with you before I go. A message of hope. It gave me some hope. Oh, I forgot to tell you. And I found some work. And they tried to discredit me for that. I made it all the way to the end, to the part where you do the fingerprints. That rap sheet came back. Then people start acting like oh man, we don't need you no more, but it was too late. The damage was done. Because I did everything they asked. They even asked me, they said, could you explain some of these situations? I said, I most certainly can. I was an old man with a young man's mind, basically. But I am the guy that walked into that interview. That's who I am now. Get an email back. Could you explain a little further? Did I not explain it? I told my baby, I said, they're trying to get rid of me. They don't want me. The finger part is the last part. You done did everything, and that institution gave me, they really tried to get rid of me, man. But they gave me some love. And but it didn't negate the fact that I had a situation open. I went into the courtroom and tried to clear it up, and I walked into the courtroom, mind you, y'all. I walked into the courtroom with a warrant. I walked in there. All because I needed that disposition for this here situation, And shout out to the guard that walked it from each court to each court. Because when I got there, it was something to three, and the lady at the booth who gave me the disposition. Appreciate you. You extended yourself. Because this Bob came to that window. And this Bob came into that courtroom that officer carried that to the next part, And because when I went in there, the judge was moving off the stand. He was closing. I couldn't do it. It was Friday. I couldn't see him the Monday. He said, we're going to take you to another court. Went to that court. They started yelling at him, talking about it's 3 o'clock. We don't do no more sentence. He was like, well, he'd been here ever since such and such. So they had to send me another court. I went to another court. I got in there. He gave him papers. He went in the back, found the case, whatever. And I sat there another hour and a half waiting for an attorney to come and help me clear the matter up because I had to go in front of the judge with an attorney. And here come the attorney coming in there. And I ain't never fought for myself in the court, man. I must say, I got a 13-page sheet. I ain't never, ever fought. Mind you now, 25 years ago was my last long. Now, that long. And my last misdemeanor was maybe, I don't know, a couple of years, 3 years. And I did 8 months for driving without a license, because they judging me based on my record, But I did need that rest. And I must say, I came back out and used because I was still suffering. But my wife was there through all that. Walked me to the court. Turn your ass in, boy. But anyway, make a long story short, the lawyer coming into the courtroom and shit. She come in the courtroom And she looked, called my name out, Robert. I said, I'm right here. So she said, okay. She go to the DA first, and the DA felt there's no off at this time, right? Now, I will tell you, I ain't been in trouble. I ain't had a felony in 25 years. Last case was years ago, and I'm turning myself in. What do you mean it ain't an offer? You just let 9 niggas go for some work. They looking at the rap sheet, judging me. And it stands still for 25 years, but they judging me. Right? So anyway, the lady come back and tell me, offer. I said, I need to talk to you outside, miss. She looked at me like, nigga, who are you talking to? I said, excuse me, miss, I need to talk to you outside. The God I serve gave me permission to stand up for myself. That felt so good. Not that she came, but just to stand up for myself. Even in spite of me being wrong, I was able to speak up for myself. And she looked at me and we walked outside. I said, miss, listen, I need a disposition for the job. She said, there's no offer at this time. Well, I need this resolved today. Oh, so you saying you willing to cop out to the top job? I said, yeah, as long as I ain't going to jail. I'm thinking there ain't going to be no book. We go back there in the court. The lady said she got to call somebody and find her. You got to call somebody. About a death appearance ticket, you got to call somebody. So while the judge is there, he started going through the page, looking at going page to page. But if anybody know with the record, everything looked like it just happened because it's all one after the other, after the other, after the other. And then it's nothing else because I ain't been arrested. So he's looking up at me. And I'm dressed like, nice. But I got on a nice expensive jacket looking like I'm selling something a coat that a friend of mine gave me. You know what I mean? It wasn't mine. I ain't have $2 in my pocket. But he was judging me. And he pretty much looked up at me. And I went up. They called the case because she said she can't reach an agreement at the time. So we get up there. We go up there. And we got to be heard because the warrant got to be cleared. So she gets to tell him something. So the judge, like saying something. So I said, miss, I'm going through all. So I say this so the judge can hear it because I know I can't talk off the record. I said, listen. No, I asked, can I speak, Your Honor, please? While she's standing there, I'm asking. He said, no, you can't speak because we're on the record. Now, if I speak on the record, I'm going to admit that I'm guilty. So I had to be quiet. So I had to say it in the air. All this for a job? So anyway, long story short, right? The judge heard me and his tune changed a little bit. He said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to offer you a violation and a fine. And we go, oh, perfect. I'm good with that. So we get to the point where he got pretty good. He said, on such day did you steal? I said, hell no, I ain't steal nothing. I gave it to the police. I done messed up. I put my foot in my mouth again because I didn't steal. Somebody brought it to me. And I was just holding it, so to speak. Long story short, he couldn't give me the plea. So he realized I'm not the guy on them papers anymore. That wasn't who I was. So he said, I'll tell you what, you guys, he goes to the top job. They still judging me, regardless of what, because I should have walked out there with nothing. So he said, cop out to the top job. So I copped out to the top job. And then he said, you cop out to the fine. And then he said, and then a fine. I said, I ain't got no money to pay no fine. I ain't got no job. So he was like, okay, fine, too. We waive it. So I walked out of there with the disposition and then I got the job, right? So I was truly grateful for that moment, man. But the whole moral of the story is the man in the highest land of the land, sitting on the throne, got 25, 35 of them joints. And he ain't go a day in jail. And here it is, mine is 25 years ago, and I'm still paying for it. I ain't saying nothing, but something ain't right with that picture, And yeah, man, I'm truly grateful, man. And that's one of the gifts of recovery is standing up for yourself when nobody else want to stand up for yourself. When all the odds are against you, you got your man upstairs helping you out, man. If you walking in the word and living by his law, because I stepped out the box. I'm not in the box no more of that destruction of me going back and forth. I get clean. I go to my highest point in my life of selling drugs, so I try to get that back. Then when that don't work out, I go back to getting high. So I call that the box. So I stepped out of that box. Now I can look at it from afar away, and I can see it for what it is. It was just a part of my story. I'm an addict named Bob. I want to share this with you, and I'm going to close my big mouth. And this is dear to me. This is me, everything to me. I've been reaching out to my son. I've been trying to touch him, before he walked back out on this terror dome out here. And I'm truly grateful, man, that, the process is the process. But the truth be told, if I was clean, he never would have did a day. And I forgot to tell you, the case that I was pleading guilty was a stolen bike. Yes, a bike. A bike. A pedal bike. Yeah, I know. Okay. Yeah, it is. I hope I don't cry. What's up, Dad? I'm good in here. This is light. Don't lose any sleep over me being here. I've grown a strong relationship with my God and learned this is just a part of my path to becoming a great man. Hope you get time to come and see me. If not, it's time. If not, it's time. This time, I'll send pictures soon. This may be the best thing to happen to me. I put together plans in 15 minutes that worked out. So there's 17 months planning planning outcome will be epic when it's all said and done. Our name will go down in history in the books. Love you, King. See you soon. P.S. Send these forms to such and such. Not sure why I didn't get the other ones. I've been trying to see my son in the feds for a little while, so I could catch him and try to give him some hope too. But it sounds like he got it. Thank you, Jesus. But and he also in there for something like a bike in the feds. First time ever going to jail. First time ever getting a felony in his life. He was working a job and decided to take a day off doing some bullshit. But that's what happened when you go in them hick towns and your color ain't right. They try to make an example of you, put that stamp of approval on you so you can't get a job for the rest of your life. I'm an addict named Bob, and I'm truly grateful for this process and recovery. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for letting me share. I'm truly grateful.